Well, it is the season. It's San Diego season.
Hey, we're live.
Right. San Diego season is coming.
Yeah.
Coming, motherfucker, it's here.
Preview night is tonight. All my peeps are there.
I'm feeling it this year. Are you feeling it?
Well, considering I'm supposed to be there, I'm feeling it real hard.
But you're not.
Well,
you're not there. So we should do an intro, guys, because we've got to keep on, keep up with this.
Yes. Do an intro, Chris.
Hello and welcome to episode 75 of the NOLA Nerdcast. I'm Chris and Matt's back.
Matt is back. It's only been like 2 weeks, right?
3.
Yeah.
Has it been 3?
Yeah, because remember we missed that episode because you were like, I have to spend time with Caitlin.
Yeah. What a terrible choice that was.
Well, I didn't say that. I just said that's what you did.
But anytime it's so gay.
Yeah, so gay.
To be fair, I was on the show last week.
No, you weren't.
You were briefly on the show while you were driving a 12-ton vehicle.
Chris, let me ask you a question.
Shadow Cat next to
Chris, the sentence you just said, did it include the phrase, you were on the show? I did not say I was on the entire show.
You weren't even on 3 minutes.
Well, you didn't
Chris, yes or no?
We wind up talking about like a Marvel Omega thing for a while, which was actually really fun.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And then you were just like, I'm on a truck. I gotta go. Bye.
No.
You guys.
He just said he just stopped talking and texted me.
Yeah, that's because you
that's
guys
way better.
You're not driving a U-Haul cross country.
That's okay. Cross 2 states. Calm down.
Yeah.
Chris, did I cross the country? Parts of the country? Yes or no?
You crossed 2 states. 1/4 of the country.
Yeah, that's part of the country.
Not even a quarter of the country.
Which states? If one of them was Texas, I'll give him.
No, it was California to Nevada.
Oh, garbage.
Yeah.
If you don't touch Texas, you haven't gone across ship. It takes
Yeah.
like 5 hours to get out of Texas, even if you just went in.
It's true.
It's like having
All right.
thing.
So welcome back, buddy.
Thank you. Hey, the episode's even called Matt's Back.
That's
Well, dude, it's the biggest news.
not really.
It is new.
Sure is the biggest news.
Chris, don't be a jerk.
Nah.
Fucking
Not
thing.
at all. That ain't you?
But
That ain't me.
Infinity War. We should talk about Infinity War. Right?
Yes, we should. Well, did you see the trailer?
No.
Me either. I was really hoping someone would leak it like always.
Did it play in?
No, it hasn't happened this year.
It played at D3, D26 or D3 or whatever they call it.
D23.
After it played in San Diego.
Yeah, I can see that happening actually.
Well, yeah, Feige or Feige, however you want to call it, he said that the trailer will be made public very shortly.
Okay.
So part of me thinks that they'll show it at Comic-Con for people and we might get next week or something.
Yeah, like right after that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want to see it in the theater first, though. I'm hoping it's attached to something soon.
I mean, what's the next Marvel thing?
Isn't it Thor this fall?
Or Inhumans. Inhumans might be before Thor.
That's a while away.
That would make people...
that could get people into theaters to see Inhumans.
Yeah.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Matt, do you want to talk about the news?
For comics, right?
Well, yeah.
Hells yeah.
All right. Let's do this. So, it's solicit season, and everything has been solicited from all the companies. The most notable things I saw is that there's not a Sonic ongoing anymore from Archie.
Oh, no.
Which is ending the longest-running comic currently. And also a little series in Marvel called Punisher Platoon by Garth Ennis, and I forget the artist, I didn't write it down, about Punisher's first kill in Vietnam.
Ooh.
And if you tell me Garth Ennis is writing anything Punisher-related, I'm going to at least check it out.
Yeah.
But, Chris, if you read that, then how are you going to keep up with trees?
I'm sorry, what? That's not coming out anymore.
Is it canceled?
No, I just don't know if it's ever coming out again.
Okay. Didn't a
That's
new
the difference.
Afterlife come out?
No. I'm
I saw-
assuming Afterlife is so dead.
No. Archie literally just solicited a new issue.
Yeah, and the October had a new solicit for New Adventures of Sabrina.
Hey, there you go.
I'll believe it when I download it.
You're already on top of it. I'm surprised that's not a book that you get physically.
I do.
It does look like it.
Why would you download it?
So I can read it on Wednesday.
Hey kids, stop all downloading.
No, I pick up a few books physically at BSI just to continue going there.
Nice.
San Diego Comic-Con is this week. So next week's show is going to be insane.
Just now.
Just this moment. That's right. San Diego Comic-Con is only tonight.
Actually, no. You're right, actually, because we're 3 hours ahead. Chris, preview night started 45 minutes ago.
Very jealous this year.
I'm not seeing any information coming out on that. So
Well,
That's
it's
because
preview
preview
night.
night doesn't have panels or announcements or anything. It's literally a night for people to check out the exhibition hall. It's pretty much the best time to go buy all your shit so that you don't have to carry it around on the actual days.
Yeah. The best times to buy are preview night and Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday because everyone's getting rid of stuff. Preview night because if you want exclusives and stuff, it's if basically most of the time people that get there on Thursday on the actual opening day, most of the cool stuff is already sold out.
Yep.
That's when you get the lay of the land. That's when you set up like commissions and get in line for demos for games and stuff because there's only like 20% of the normal crowd that a normal day would have. Preview night is awesome.
I love preview night. The Lady Ghostbusters are getting their own 5-issue miniseries from Kelly Thompson and Corin Howell.
Oh, I can't wait
in
for the
October.
internet to tell me why that's a terrible idea.
Wow. The internet's full of great opinions this week.
Ooh,
oh
hey,
yeah, they are. We haven't
Chris,
even
have you heard about that new show called Nurse Who?
Nurse Who?
That's
That's actually the next thing I have listed here. We have we have the 14th Doctor.
That's the 13th Doctor.
It's the 13th?
14th.
No, it's the 14th.
Doctor, but he doesn't count number-wise. So it's
Well, Chris, the BBC is calling her the 13th Doctor, so do you know more than the BBC?
No, I'm sorry. I misremembered the 50th anniversary special, and I thought they said all 13. That's my bad.
No, there are 13 doctors, but the War Doctor, which was John Hurt, does not count in the numbering. Because
Okay. He's like an 8.5.
Yeah. He was just during the war, and they forgot him.
Got it. So the 13th Doctor's out, and she is a lady.
Ooh.
And what's great
Yeah.
is it's coming. She's also a part of Broadchurch, which I feel like this is now like the 72nd person in Doctor Who that originated from Broadchurch.
Yeah.
And I made this observation earlier. Broadchurch is the Doctor Who what Fantastic Four is to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you're in one of those, it's like an incubator for your real dream.
Yeah.
Her name is Jodie Whittaker. You would know her best from Attack the Block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's John Boyega. Oh, Chris, can you imagine if they'd... Well, you know what's great is the fact that people are crying foul about her being a woman, but those people clearly haven't even realized that she's now married to River Song, and we're going to get a gay marriage episode.
Oh my God, you're right. I'm just excited to have an excuse to tune into Doctor Who again.
I'm just throwing that out there. You think you heard some meltdowns before.
Hold on. I'll be back.
I didn't really care for Peter Capaldi, so...
No, he ruined it for more people than Matt Smith did for me.
Yeah, I liked Matt Smith a lot, so...
I stopped watching after Matt Smith's first season.
Yeah.
It just didn't do anything for me. And then Capaldi didn't bring me back. But I'll tune back in for this one. I will force myself through a marathon to catch up.
Watch the final Capaldi season, because if you liked Tennant's run and Eccleston, you'll like Capaldi's last season, and you might even be a little sad he's gone.
I do miss
I actually have heard similar things. Eccleston is my favorite Doctor. I feel like I loved his take on it.
You guys hear the rumor about the Christmas special?
Is Eccleston
Coming up?
No.
Every
Who is it?
Doctor is back.
Oh, really?
Jamie Eccleston. And the guy who played the first Doctor in the TV movie about the making of the first Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Walter Frey and the janitor from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, that old guy.
Yeah, he's playing the first Doctor. I don't know if they're going to have 1 through 12, but I think everyone from New Who and at least that guy playing 1 are all going to be in it.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big conversation about why he needs to be a woman next time.
I'm sure.
Because everybody they bring up that same bullshit argument of how am I going to explain this to my kids? Like, it's not my problem whether or not you're a sheep. But I think
I love the people that keep posting pictures from all the female Time Lords that have existed in the show, and they're like, it's hilarious. These people are like, political correctness is ruining my favorite show. I'm like, first of all, I think my favorite tweet I've seen about it is, wow, so many people that have never cared about Doctor Who suddenly find themselves really invested. Someone should claim climate change has become a woman.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they've sufficiently set up the fact that this could happen in 100 ways. I knew it was coming because all through Capaldi's reign, the Master was a woman in his seasons.
Yeah.
Called the Mistress.
Oh, interesting.
They've established in previous, like during one of the last Clara episodes, a Time Lord shows up who is a woman and black, and she dies and comes back as an old white guy. And she's like, back to this. And just walks off like nothing fucking happened. And then most recently, both the Doctor and Missy have talked about how they don't remember whether or not they were a woman before because gender is so meaningless to them.
I think it's pretty exciting. I'm excited to come back and check it out.
And this is also another Matt Smith thing where, you know how like when Matt Smith came on, he was a new Doctor, new companion with a new showrunner.
Yeah.
It's the same scenario we're about to go into. Moffat's leaving, so if Moffat was the problem for you, Moffat, first of all, went out with a good season that reminded me of the Davies era. But we're losing Capaldi, we're losing that companion. Even the new one, Bill, won't be coming back, I don't think. She might pop back up, but and then we're getting a new showrunner. So I forget who's doing it, though. I've forgotten who the new showrunner is. But for a second there, I thought it was Toby Whithouse. He used to do Being Human, but I don't think he actually got it. I think it's somebody else. So we're getting a new show. We'll probably get a new opening, and we'll probably have at least a season where they don't talk about previous Doctors for a while.
I get with that.
Yeah.
Walton Goggins is joining the cast of Ant-Man and the Wasp, but an unnamed character.
Who?
Oh.
Walton Goggins.
Villain from Justified.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really good actor.
I've seen the rumor that he might be Taskmaster, but I can't confirm that anymore.
Oh my god, that would kill me.
That would be fantastic.
That would be amazingly cool, but I don't. Not confirmed.
Be a great villain to just throw in there.
I've already forgotten what movie we're talking about. Now I'm just too excited.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, that would be a really cool like.
Well, now I'm kind of wishing he'd show up in Deadpool, though. I've always loved when Deadpool and Taskmaster see each other.
Who has anyone seen the trailer for Professor Marston and the Wonder Women?
No. What?
It's the biopic of Professor Marston, the man who created Wonder Woman, and his his life.
Someone's dressed all fancy. Wait up, are y'all going on a date after this?
No, I can put on a dress. Jesus.
Yeah, but it's the necklace I think that's confusing, Josh. You look like you're about to go do a bank heist and then flirt with Batman.
That's the worst thing to do.
Oh my god, she kind of does actually.
So apparently, I don't know anything you're talking about. What's it called?
Professor Marston and the Wonder Women.
It's about the guy who originated the Wonder Woman comic.
Yeah.
And the
He was a fascinating individual.
He was a feminist, psychologist, and he invented the lie detector.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Among other things.
Good.
I'll give it a look-see after the show.
Okay. We're getting a new digital series from DC called Gotham City Garage. It's an online series in the vein of Bombshells.
Nice.
And it's going to be an anti-fascist anthem for the open road. And it's basically just everyone's a biker now.
Sure. Why not?
Why not?
DC.
But the thing I love about that is it's an online thing, so if you you'll never know about it if you don't look for it.
Okay.
Did you see the trailer for the new Tick show?
I have pretty much missed everything because I just got back in town yesterday.
Okay, well, people who like the Tick will watch.
Which I do.
I don't care for the Tick. So.
Did you ever watch the cartoon, Chris?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Man.
What?
Yeah.
Chris, did you not like the Fledermaus?
The who?
The Fledermaus.
Yeah, no, I didn't care for that.
Did you read the comic ever?
No.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah.
So, I can't talk about what I saw because I signed an NDA.
Yeah.
But I took a tour of Square Enix's offices. I was invited to take a tour.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was amazing. And the things I saw will rock your world.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was gifted with two things. Well, many things. But the two I'm going to show you because they don't impact anything.
Okay.
So the first one...
Oh, I like this. You're showing off his new toys.
Yeah. It's an unboxing.
Yeah. It's a car sun deflector, but it makes your car look like the boy Final Fantasy 15.
The boy band's driving your car.
That's so lame. I love it.
Right?
It's so lame.
Chris.
What?
But this next one's great because it's an exclusive in Japan. You can't get it. When you think of Final Fantasy 15, which corporate sponsorship do you think of?
Cup Ramen.
It's Cup Ramen, motherfucker.
God damn it.
They had a series of Final Fantasy branded bosses, and I was given the Final Fantasy 15 one, and you can't buy these here, and I will never open it, but I now have a exclusive Final Fantasy Cup Ramen.
God damn it. That's so lame and so cool at the same time. How is that even possible?
Because Final Fantasy 15.
So Matt, I don't know if you've heard, they're looking to do a live action Mega Man movie.
I don't understand. They should have made it a cartoon.
Well, they're looking to do it. And
Get the fuck out.
you will not believe who they're tasked to direct this thing as of this moment.
Is it Uwe Boll?
It's not. It's Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. You would know them from Catfish.
What?
I didn't stutter.
I know you didn't stutter.
From Catfish.
What?
Because that's what I think of when I think of live action Mega Man.
Do y'all see that also if you type in Mega Man movie, Vin Diesel pops up?
No, hold that thought.
Fantastic image. I want to see that fantastic image.
Mega Man movie.
Turn that
Oh
around.
my god, that's amazing.
Oh my god, it's
I
amazing.
love it.
I've ever seen it.
God, there's so many of them too.
It better happen exactly like that.
So many of this. It's
So many.
of
Vin
this thing.
Diesel is Mega Man.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I want it.
This is also a great one. It's of The Rock,
That's also great.
Why do they want racially ambiguous people to play
and
Mega
it's
Man?
Rockman.
Oh, I get it.
No.
Okay, so
But you said it's by the people that brought you Catfish?
or directed Catfish.
Catfish, one or two words?
I have it down as one, but I was just kind of typing. I just took this from a Newsarama post.
That movie, it's fucking kind of great, but it's fucked up and bizarre. I still don't know if it's real.
Damn it.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking this up. Yeah, he was a writer on the TV show. Oh, he was the director of that movie Nerve.
Oh, snap.
It's that movie that looked really fun, and then it turned into like a murder each other game.
Yeah, I remember that one with
Yeah.
what's her face?
One of the Francos.
No, it was it was Dave Franco, and it was what's her face
Hold
from
on.
Pretty Woman.
Emma
Julia
Roberts.
Roberts is
yeah.
Madonna or something.
Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. The Shazam movie is looking to begin filming in February, but will not include The Rock.
What?
Yes.
But isn't he the villain?
I don't know. This is currently what's being reported on today.
Oh wait, no, because Black Adam is going to be its own film.
Right. So,
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
They better. I don't know. I'm not optimistic about this until they announce a Shazam casting that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I need to see who is actually going to be Shazam.
Yeah. I will take an unknown gladly.
Yeah.
But like.
So I know you guys probably talked about this last week. Can we briefly just give me your hot take of Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Without spoilers.
Loved it.
That's spoilers because she's seen it this weekend.
Loved it.
Really great.
I've seen a Peter Parker and a Spider-Man at the same time in a movie.
Yeah. It's easily my favorite Spider-Man movie, easily top 5 MCU.
And it recreates a moment. I won't go into it, but it's my favorite Spider-Man moment. And I was never expecting to see it on screen. And it was probably the best moment of watching a Spider-Man movie I've ever had.
Doug, message me on Facebook with it. I want to hear it, but you can't tell me.
Yeah.
Because I
I
waited.
think it's pretty tremendous. Absolutely worth a watch.
Awesome. All right, keep going, Grizzly.
Because nostalgia never dies. Look forward to the Rugrats ongoing.
Really?
Yes. By Box Brown and Lisa Dubois.
I just don't know how I feel about that.
Lock and Key was originally supposed to be directed by the Doctor Strange director. He's out, and it looks like the new director is going to be Andy Muschietti, who is currently directing the It reboot.
Interesting.
And Matt Reeves says they aren't using any previous scripts, and they are starting fresh on The Batman.
Okay.
So that's where we stand with everything.
Cool. Oh no, Chris.
What?
Phoenix is debuting Nier Automata figure arts. So you know how their booth at San Diego always has their crazy, amazing figures?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm jealous.
You want to talk about some comics, bro?
I didn't get to read much, so
Well, I only have a couple because this was a very small week for me.
okay.
I have the Mighty Thor, number 21. This book is metal as fuck. We now have the War Thor destroying fire elves and making the skies rain blood.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome. This run is so special, and I love it so. Miss Marvel, number 20. Did you get to this?
I have not. Hold on. Did I get Miss Marvel? Hold on.
Miss Marvel, this one is this is very much continuing
Yes, I got
on. It still feels a little preachy, and like you could interpret it as preachy, but it works with G. Willow Wilson writing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you listen? I missed that.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, it works because she's writing it.
Yes. Otherwise, I think it would come across as a little preachy. I have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 17, showing the Power Rangers as being superheroes without the threat of Rita. It's kind of interesting and kind of fun.
Okay.
Archie Comics number 22. Holy crap, this is really bleak. Betty is in a coma after her car accident, and everyone's remembering all the good things Betty did in her life.
Oh.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Which clearly means she's going to die.
Well, you'll see.
Well, I mean, this was the cover, so
You'll see. Just read it.
it's already dark. Chris,
It's
let me
dark
ask you,
as shit.
did you read this?
No, I did not. I didn't pick that up. How is it?
I haven't gotten to it yet. I was going to ask you, but yeah, it's part one of the 6-part mini series in between the actual arcs to give Michael Lark more time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to be 6 issues leading into breaking down how we arrived at this new world that we have been reading for so long.
Okay, well I didn't know that, so I didn't pick it up, but I'll pick it up later.
Yeah, you can't miss out on this, Chris.
I mean, I can. I'm not going to. Matt, I have the best comic of the week.
Okay.
It has everything you love in one comic. It is Green Lantern and Colonel Sanders, DC Across the Universe, Fight Hunger.
Awesome.
So here's the story.
Please show me something.
I'm going to go a little deep on this. So the Colonel is sending out zingers across the galaxy to help people not be hungry. And he's using Hal Jordan and Ferris Industries to kind of get his zingers out in space. Matt, you want to look at this?
Oh
my God. Yes.
Bucket ring.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
So they use the Green Lantern Corps to send them across space. But spoiler alert, all the canisters are empty and someone's taken all the zingers.
Gasp. You know, Chris,
Who
zingers,
could take them?
Chris, when you say zingers, I know you mean the KFC food, but I keep thinking you mean like really good puns or comebacks. Like,
no,
you hit them with that zinger.
I mean actual zingers. Larfleeze loves them.
Of course he does, because Larfleeze is a man of great taste.
So they fight, and finally Colonel Sanders convinces him to make his own KFC franchise on Okaran and have his Orange Lantern Corps run it so he can have all the zingers he wants.
No.
That's fantastic.
And then
Old school.
they promise to go on more adventures and solve hunger with KFC.
God, you know, I feel bad for the artist and writer on this because, like, you've worked so hard to break into comics. DC calls you. DC calls you, and they're like, "Hey guys, we want to hire you to work on a Green Lantern book." And you're like, "Oh shit, son, Green Lantern! I'm gonna join the hollowed like valley."
Matt, you know who wrote this?
Johns.
Yeah.
And what?
You know who wrote this?
Who?
Tony Bedard.
Oh my God! And then
Tom Derenick did the art.
But I mean, come on! Then the DC calls you. It's like, we want you to work on a Green Lantern miniseries, and they're like, or a one shot, and you're like, oh my God! Can't wait to tell everybody I've made it to the big time. It's a crossover with KFC.
I'm gonna tell you something. I would love to do this because this book is a ton of fun. It's legitimately very entertaining. So I don't think they have any issues at all with it.
Okay.
Whatever.
I have Superman number 27. The Superman family go visit America's landmarks and remember what makes America great.
Again.
And they help out wounded veterans.
Nice.
So it's very sweet. Batman number 27, continuing the war of jokes and riddles with a little side story telling us the origin of Kite Man.
Yep.
Yes. Kite Man.
Chris, I did not think I would be enjoying this arc so much.
You know what?
It's really great.
I'm really digging it.
You know what I really like the most about it is that Batman is like looking at all this happening, and is just like, I don't know how to fucking solve this.
There you go, Doug.
I
can only punch so many clowns in the face.
Kite Man.
What?
The best part is Kite Man in this series has such a tragic thing happen to him.
Yeah.
And now Kite Man's like a good guy, of all things.
It's really entertaining. This is a lot of fun, and man, I didn't think I'd like this as much.
I gotta tell you, Chris, I find two things weird about this.
All right, what's up?
One, when they just cut to this random brawl between both armies, and it comes out of nowhere, and we get no explanation or background into it. And two, why is Clayface a bad guy again when in the same
This is a prequel, buddy. This is like Batman Year 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that I never grasped.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's a comment he threw out. He threw out pretty early on. It's like it was after 0 year, after year 1. Then there was the War of the Jokes.
That's why I was confused, because I was like, why is Clayface a bad guy again when he's part of his team on Detective Comics?
No. Yeah, I can see how that would be kind of confusing, but they expressed that earlier on.
All right. Well, what else you got, Boo Boo?
The final book I have is Daredevil number 24.
This one is the one I was trying to finish before we started, so don't go into too many details.
I'm not going to go into any details. I'm just going to say that Charles Soule, who's attorney, is Charles Soule. I'm so sorry about that. Charles Soule, a known attorney, is really stretching his legal muscles and writing his own fan fiction of what he'd like to do in court.
I actually had Caitlin go over it because I told her that an actual attorney is writing this, and she's like, sure he is. He's probably just making stuff up. And then when I showed her the scene from last issue when he's in the Court of Appeals, she's like, oh, well, I recognize all of that. And I was all like, yeah.
I asked if it was an appeal.
Yeah, she got it. She saw just from the art of the courtroom what court they were in.
Yeah, it's this is lawyer fanfic right here. This is basically just all it is.
It's basically him saying
superheroes existed. I want to take some words.
Hello?
Hello?
He's there.
Yeah. We got a little mixed up.
Sorry, you were cutting out.
That was weird.
Okay. Sorry. And yeah. No, Daredevil, pretty great.
I like this, though, because I like when somebody takes an aspect of the character that's very little done and does it. Like, I think the lawyer aspect of Matt Murdock should be like the detective aspect of Batman, where you should really delve into it and do your research and actually show him prosecuting some of the people that, you know, like doing the actual thing to make sure the person gets put away instead of just beating them up and then handing them to somebody. He's one of the only characters that can do that. I find that fascinating.
Yeah. And it's rare because people have gotten the noir aspect of Daredevil. Great noir writers have done it. But this is the first time we've had like an actual lawyer.
Yeah.
And it's great because
I wonder if I dialogue the legal stuff.
When he writes dialogue between Matt Murdock and Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, the two lawyers of the Marvel Universe, it's like watching an episode of like The West Wing, but with lawyers instead of politics.
And they have superpowers.
Yeah, great.
Basically. That is all I have.
It's called Justice.
There's your real Justice League.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, not that I've actually read. I was mostly trying to catch up on all the... Oh, did you read this, Chris? I don't know if you talked about this last week, because I don't know when it came out. The casting.
Yes, we did.
I still don't know.
I did talk about it. I'll reiterate what I said last week. I don't know where it's going, but it's kind of really cool, and I'm on board.
I don't know where it's going either, but I like that Scott Snyder is pulling a Jeff Johns, where he's taking something kind of obscure and something that we just all took for granted in the DC universe, the nth metal, and doing what he did so many times before and being like, well, if this is the nth metal, the ninth metal, then what are the other metals? And
yes,
changing people's histories in ways that you're like, oh, that makes sense, like the Joker and Duke, and how he's basically using this to explain how meta powers even exist. Like, he's created an origin for all the superhumans in the DC universe. And it's...
Yeah, and the whole Dionysium thing?
Yeah, that's one of the metals. Like, so the whole Joker thing gets explained, and then he's actually made the Hawks seem less bullshit.
It's true.
And I like that there's a secret cabal of all the immortals of the DC universe.
That makes sense, though. If you had a bunch of immortals, you would be just hanging out.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, oh, anyway, so that's not this week, but that's all I got. So, Chris, moving into video games.
No.
So, I don't know if you talked about this last week. Who saw the Castlevania show on Netflix?
I started. It is great.
Yeah, I haven't started it yet.
It is only.
I haven't finished it yet.
It's only 4 episodes, but my God, is it good! It's basically like a Castlevania branded Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that from the art style.
Warren Ellis.
which is crazy to think.
Yeah, pretty hardcore. Great.
Like, you watch the first episode and you actually root for Dracula the whole time.
Yeah.
And I like
Dracula's totally in the right.
Like, Alucard's in it for, like, no reason.
Yeah, he shows up for one moment. He's like,
I'm here.
Says, don't kill all of them. And he's like, fuck you. I'm going to kill all of them. Gonna murder him all. Please no? Yeah.
But yeah, so that was just something, again, I'm trying to catch up. But so the first topic I want to talk about, and then we're going to go into Josh telling us a little bit about Destiny 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to talk about Evo, and then we're going to end on some random stuff and call it a night.
All right.
So, well, besides Josh, since we know he's going to talk about Destiny, has anyone been playing anything specifically this week?
I finished Prey.
Okay.
And I didn't love it, and I didn't really like the ending either.
So
but
it ended up being just a meh for you.
Yeah, but there's still something about it. So I'm not ready to sell it yet. I don't know. I'm going back to Horizon.
Yeah, you need to
Zero Dawn. Well, I am. I'm getting back into the rhythm, and I spent last night relearning all the controls.
Okay.
So I'm going to be tackling that this week. But that's really all I've done gaming-wise.
All right, cool.
I got Remember Me, and I've been, which is an older game, but back during the Steam sale, I got it. Because it's by Don't Nod. And I'd been thinking about it anyway, and then I really enjoyed Life is Strange, so I wanted to see what they did before. It was cheap. So I got it. And it's interesting. It's all a bunch of stuff that I like, but then there's like this weird fighting aspect to it that I wasn't really prepared for. It's throwing me off. Where you kind of like build, like the way you would move around materia or something in one of the Final Fantasy games, you pick moves that you chain together, and then you're a one-button badass with those combos that you assemble. And it's just kind of strange, because it doesn't really match the game. Like, you're in a Cyberpunk game, and then also you've got this weird capoeira thing that you're doing on the side.
And which game is this?
Remember Me. It's...
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, you remix memories, and you can build this cool Cyberpunk chip, because everybody's got, like, a chip in their head, and that's recording all their memories, and you wake up with none, and you're on the run from some company that you used to work for that makes the chips. And then you get into a situation where this bounty hunter's after you, and she hates your fucking guts. Some bad shit happened to her this morning, she's gonna kill you. And then you go into her chip, and you rearrange the memories so that the doctor that works for the company killed her husband, and suddenly she's on your side. And like, that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass or whatever. I was enjoying all of that. It's all really good. It's in this like very Ghost in the Shell, Kowloon, World City sort of town, and they thought out all this world stuff. But then you have to fight these like mutant people, and it's hand-to-hand combat, which is strange for the game. I don't know. It just felt weird. Felt like maybe it was just like come up with around that Mirror's Edge time, because it's old. It's kind of old. It's like a few years old. So like maybe it was a Mirror's Edge thing, but like I don't get it. I don't know why I'm doing that. It didn't match the game to me.
Huh.
Okay.
But it's a cool idea that I wish was in something else. So that like if I wanted to play a hand-to-hand combat game, I would go play that, where you chain all these moves together and have control over how you fight. But like in a game, when I start playing a Cyberpunk game like Shadowrun, I just kind of want to be cerebral. I'm not really in the mood to do a hand-to-hand combat thing where I'm fighting a bunch of zombies attacking me.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah, he's looking at the pictures.
Okay.
It's also not really part of the marketing for it either. I didn't see a thing about fighting.
I actually wanted to pick this up like when it was out for the Xbox.
I still think it's worth it. It's just it's weird. Know that that's a component going in.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure by now it's pretty cheap. So
yeah, it was only like $7 when I bought it or something. Which that was part of a sale, but it might have been, it's probably not much more. Anyway, Destiny 2.
All right, Destiny 2 time? We're going to talk about
not yet. So we're going to talk NPD numbers because they leaked the day early.
Oh.
Yay!
And it's not just NPD numbers for the month of June. It's also the numbers for the entire first half of 2017.
Woo!
Okay.
So we don't have the game numbers. It's the console numbers have leaked. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because until it's actually confirmed tomorrow, these are just, leaks. But the experts on the NeoGAFs have pretty much deemed it fairly, reliable. So take this as you will.
Okay.
Who do you think won June?
For consoles?
Yes. Which of the big three?
I think Nintendo did.
I
Doug?
think Nintendo did also.
I guess, yeah. That's my best guess. I mean, but
You would be wrong by the tune of 165,000 consoles sold in the month.
Oh, wow.
Is it
PS4?
PS4?
PS4 sold 381,000 to the Switch's 215,000, which, to be fair, the Switch is still extremely supply constrained.
So why
is-
is Sony selling so much right now? Like, what's going on?
Well, June had all the hype from E3 and their incredibly smart 2-week-long $50 off price cut. During their week, remember that? I don't know if you remember that promotion. They did that huge week of play thing to celebrate E3, where all of their major first-party games were 50% or more off, in stores, and they released those exclusive gold and silver PS4s.
Those were awesome.
$50 price drop. So they released consoles that would only be available for 2 weeks, on top of a limited time price drop, on top of a limited time all of their games were slashed in price.
Yeah.
And it was genius because you're riding the E3 hype, you have this price drop, you have an exclusive system, and it's traditionally one of the slowest times of the year, and they ended up with their second highest month of the year.
That's good. They did some really good marketing.
They almost doubled. No, they did double May. That's cray-cray. So Switch was second place, which brings us to the interesting topic of Microsoft has now gone from fighting for second place worldwide to a very possible fighting for third place, because they sold a full 80,000 below the Switch.
Huh.
But to be fair, a lot of that could be attributed to the whole, they announced the Xbox One X, so some people, why would they buy an Xbox now when the new system comes out this fall?
Yeah.
Which, who knows? But it's very interesting to see that the PlayStation more than doubled the Xbox, and the Switch, even with its incredibly hard to find nature, is still killing it.
So what about the rumor with the PlayStation 5?
Oh, that it's coming? I mean, we all know that.
And backwards compatible?
Yes. Well, all right. That I don't think is should be a surprise. The only reason the PlayStation 4 isn't compatible to the 3 is because the 3 switched over to that cell architecture that was impossible to work with and completely unrelated to the 1, 2, or 4. So the 5 will use the same engine as or technology as the 4, the x86 architecture, whatever. So I don't think we'll have to be worried about that.
Okay. I was just thinking maybe because of the timing of them saying, hey, it's coming out, and I think it was, 2019?
Oh, they are. No, it's not going to be 2018 at all. That might be when they announce it.
2019, they might release it.
2019 or 2020. That's the rumor. It really comes down to how well the Xbox One X sells. If it proves to be a true competitor and cuts into their sales, they might fast track the 5. Yeah. But I don't see it coming out in 2019. I can see it coming out in 2020.
And yeah, like as somebody who doesn't have a console and is still thinking about it now that I have enough money, I'm still more likely to get a PS4 because of Xbox's announcement. And the 5 thing isn't affecting me right now. It's 3 years away.
Yeah.
Whereas literally a new Xbox is coming out soon. Why would I buy the one that's... Because I thought about it. I looked up whether or not a PS5 had been announced and how long that was going to be from now, because why would I get a PS4 if a 5's coming out when I have nothing? You know? So I was like, oh, screw it. PS5's far off. I'm going to get a 4. And the Xbox, I'll wait and see what that even is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you think about it, these consoles have been out since 2013, right? So we're this holiday will be their 4th year in existence. There will now be 3. Well, to be fair, it works for PlayStation. These systems will now have 3 different versions in 4 separate years, between the originals, the Slims, and their half-gen upgrades. That's weird to me.
That is really weird. This is a weird generation, but I still have the day 1 PlayStation 4, and it's been great.
Same. Well, no, I don't have it anymore. I got the Uncharted one.
Yeah, you did.
It's still the same base model.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's still day 1, like from day 1, working perfectly fine.
Well, you know, Josh, you've been very patient. So now, why don't you tell us about the Destiny 2 beta?
Destiny 2 beta, played it on the PlayStation 4, and I have to say, Bungie is surprising. The game looks beautiful. It's the effects in the game look great from like right when you hit from the cinematic, go right into the battle. It's just beautiful. The fire effects, the lighting effects. The way the guns handle are really nice. They feel a little bit heavier, but I really enjoy that because it's good to have a little weight for the gun. I like the skill system how it's set up. I like the 3rd skill, that where the hunter has this cool little dodge technique where you tap the button twice and then he does a quick little dodge. It's either a reload or you get your melee back. So if you're a gunslinger, you got 2 throwing knives real quick. The Warlock gets this really cool rift ability where you can set it up and you get this like little healing zone. So you can just go like stay in this one little area and just knock everybody out and your health is regenerating. Or you can do like a power up of your weapons. And then the Titan has this cool little barrier. It just throws up a little barrier in front and then like you get your aiming up and then your cooldowns and whatnot. So there's a really cool new aspect in the game. And then it's playing out in the PvP. The 4 versus 4 is really fun. I like that more than the 6 versus 6. The 4 versus 4 just seems a little more. There's a lot happening there. You're not like, oh, someone's sneaking up. I think you get more of a tactical challenge. And the strike was amazing. The strike that they put in the game, visually, it's unreal. And the new enemy classes are great. They're a nice little addition. The weapons they feel really cool. And submachine guns. I am super excited about having these submachine guns in this game. I know how crazy that sounds, but having like lightning fast close range weapons is cool. And the new weapon layout is great because you have the kinetic weapons. Anything that doesn't have an element kinetic slot, you have an elemental like an energy slot. So all the weapons that are energy is in a slot, and then you have a heavy weapon slot where your snipers, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, and shotguns are located. So the weapon layout is really cool. There's a lot of cool things to play around with that setup. But the upgrade visually is unreal. The game looks just...
And I noticed that there's like, you were talking to me about how there's like a real villain.
Yeah, that's also, there's a real villain in this. There's a real story happening, which is great. And, the cast of characters from the first game seems like they're back. And, and keep in mind that this is the beta, so we only got the opening scene. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more. And I feel it just seems like the world's going to have more story behind it, and a lot more world building behind it. So
yeah, that's one of the big things they talked about.
Yeah, and it looks like they're really it's like when you listen to your fans, but you're kind of like, look, we're doing this, but we know you asked for this, and we know you want this, because they're not changing everything, but the things they're changing, it's the right changes.
And you were saying that the writer from Mass Effect
is
working on this one.
I noticed that there was a thing I read earlier this week that look it up. Casey Hudson apparently was worked on Destiny 2. He just finished doing some writing, and then EA picked him up again, and he's going back to BioWare. So I was wondering if that was possibly after the reactions to Andromeda, they ended up and ramped it up to come work on an Andromeda 2. Because I saw that in my...
if they're ever doing that.
I saw that in my Instagram feed a few days ago, And I was like, this can't be real. So there's that.
It makes sense though.
Well, good.
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I really enjoyed the first Destiny game. Like I said, it's somebody I talked to that I work with at one of the places I work at. Said they didn't really enjoy Destiny, and I'm like, I think it's all about the people you play with, and it's just a good, like, if you have a good squad that you play with, it's going to be a fun game. That's with any game. So, but this.
Well, for me, it was about not having a story that I could really latch on to. I didn't really feel like it was going to go anywhere. So this is the first thing I've seen that kind of started selling it.
Yeah, this has a real story. Even in
the idea that they're gonna beat that up, because I need story in order to be interested. So.
Yeah, and even in the strike, there was a lot of story happening, and there's a lot of seems like there's a lot of backstory happening as well about like the world before the Traveler, and now it's the world after the Traveler. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, and. I dig Bungie. I like what Bungie has done with early Halo 1, 2, and 3, and I like what they're doing with Destiny. So I dig them as a company. I know they're going to get a lot of hate. What do you guys
Fair
think?
enough. I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm not going to be able to play the beta, but Destiny 2 is one of my big games that I'm looking forward to this year, just because we had so much fun playing the original together, and I'm looking forward to a game that has a reason for us to come back rather than the grind itself.
Yeah, and the cool thing, though, is like I usually play as a hunter, and I was playing around as the Warlock class, and I'm really enjoying this Warlock build that they have in this game. Like, the Warlock class seems like a lot more fun to play as. Still squishy, but...
Okay.
It's really cool.
I do like Warlock.
But yeah, I'm excited to see how that's all gonna play out. And it's got 2 more. I think September it's coming out. So we got 2 more.
Well, I'm gonna start talking about Evo and give you a funny anecdote about it that was also kind of sad at the same time.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it's no surprise that the new darling in the fighting game world is the Dragon Ball Z FighterZ.
What a beautiful game!
Which does look gorgeous. Even I'm not even a real big fan like you guys are, but I watched that first season, and watching that game play at all, the little snippet I'd seen was amazing.
Yeah, it looks great.
If you need to see one thing, you need to see Trunks doing his special attack.
Oh.
It's the most beautiful bit of game animation I've seen in a long time.
I'm about to send it to him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm also optimistic because they're getting closer and closer to you just being able to play in anime. Like, it just straight up is an anime and you can play it. And that can apply to other types of games. It doesn't just have to be fighting games. You can do, like, this is just for instance, I don't actually want to play a Ghost in the Shell game, but you could have done a Ghost, like, where I have a real big, like, Cyberpunk world, but it looks like Ghost in the Shell, and you're running around being the major or something. Just as an example. You can do anything you want. What you can do in anime that I can play, I don't even need you to get realistic anymore. I just want to play a cartoon. That sounds amazing.
All right, I just sent it to you, Doug.
Yes.
Because this game is probably the most faithful recreation of the anime and manga ever.
Yeah.
Like, just watch if I sent you.
We said this about the Naruto games, how they were very much like playing an anime in real life. And it's impossible, but we're getting closer to it.
No surprise that they're both Bandai.
Yes.
I'm waiting for their reaction.
I have to actually see it. Hold on.
Yeah.
My phone's like, Twitter's taking too long to load. I don't know why.
So yeah, this Dragon Ball game does look promising.
Yes.
Well, they announced Trunks, and that was the big news. They had a tournament that drew insane crowds at the show. And what I think is the best part, and this is the story, the sad part that's also hilarious, is Bandai booth was right. All right, so it went Arc System Works, Capcom, Bandai. Oh, yeah, you guys are watching it? That's the level
side-by-side comparison where the game actually looks better.
Yeah, the game looks better than the anime, and that's fantastic.
And he does it exactly.
So Capcom was sandwiched between our two booths, the two companies in charge of Dragon Ball FighterZ. And seeing the line for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and by line, I mean a couple curious passerbys as they make their way to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. Stand in a 2-hour line while Capcom is like the video game personification of that gif of David Tennant crying behind the window as the rain pours down. Like, I felt so bad for them. Like, Capcom has gotten the worst press this generation.
Okay,
especially with fighting games.
My problem with Capcom is, look, everybody's been playing all the Street Fighters. I wasn't interested in the new ones at all. And one of the reasons is they moved away from animation and into a giant, blocky character style. And I just don't care for that. Like, I want a Street Fighter game that looks like the drawings of the characters of Street Fighter that would be in the manuals when you'd read about what your character was, and it's this anime style, and it looked amazing, and I always wanted to play like that old school instead of the shitty sprite that I had. But I don't want big CG characters. That's not Street Fighter to me. That's every other fucking game to me. So it's like it's like basically like a band that started doing synthesizers in the mid '80s, and you're like, no, you're Jefferson Airplane, stop. I'm like, I want, and so Dragon Ball Z is doing a Street Fighter game in my opinion. Like,
yeah. But what's great is the memes. Like, the internet is being savage AF right now. Like,
as the young people say.
Dude, like, the amount of memes of people coming off of Evo, because here's the thing. Tekken had a massive announcement that gained a ton of coverage. Our company unveiled 2 announcements that the entire arena erupted into applause. It was amazing. And then Capcom announced, Street Fighter announces a new character who is the 3rd most popular boss from the original Final Fight game.
Oh, yeah, for Tekken.
Abigail. And so that was their big announcement for EVO, and so people are already bagging on Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and all of a sudden people are ragging on Street Fighter V for having the most lukewarm, like, shit announcement compared to all their competitors' massive announcements. Like, Arc System Works announced basically an anime version of Marvel vs. Capcom featuring, for the first time ever, Ruby characters from Rooster Teeth's Ruby. Showing up with like Blaze Blue characters and Persona characters and all these other like anime video games, and the crowd went fucking nuts. And Capcom's like, hey, here's a guy no one's heard of, like not even hardcore Street Fighter fans have heard of, but you know, please be excited. And I just felt bad for him, man. Like, the feel bad's hurt for Capcom.
Yeah, it sucks because I'm really interested in the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, but like it's just the lineup just doesn't. I played the demo and I was kind of like, I'm liking this Dragon Ball game a lot more. Oh yeah,
it's gonna be good. Oh, so my question for you guys was, who we just they confirmed Trunks at EVO, and then the next day they confirmed that the beta will be adding Piccolo and Krillin to the mix. So who else would you love to see, assuming that it's Dragon Ball Z characters only and they're not going into Super yet until the presumed sequel?
Okay.
Who do you think would be in the game? Who do you want to see?
I
feel like you gotta have the androids, right? You gotta have 18, 17.
One of those Android 18. That's a number.
Like, if you have to pick just one,
you know, I'm not familiar enough. I feel like they named every character I can actually remember
I think
by
so.
name.
I think
who are all the named characters?
Skinny Boo? You know?
Yes.
Fat Boo, Perfect Cell, Frieza.
Which one? Do you get gold and purple?
Yes, Frieza can transform mid-fight into Golden Frieza. You have Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and now Trunks. and now Piccolo and
Krillin was the one I really wanted in there because
I mean, Tien should be in there.
yeah, because of the other.
Krillin is great.
Oh yeah, Black Goku.
Yeah, Goku Black. Start dipping into Super.
Super Peeps. No Super People. Just Z.
Okay, just Z.
Well,
then I guess the only one left is Tien.
No, fuck you, Chris. You're forgetting the most important character.
I'm not forgetting. I'm just not saying.
I'm starting this hashtag. Hashtag no Yamcha, no bye.
Okay.
Highly doubt.
Okay.
I know that.
Whatever, buddy.
Oh my god.
I stand by it. Tien needs to be in the game.
Tien does.
Why can't Vegeta's wife be in the game? Why can't Bulma be in the game?
Bulma doesn't fight.
Are you sure?
Bulma could be a support.
Yeah.
What about that highly racially complicated character that teaches about
Mr. Popo?
Popo.
We can't put Mr. Popo in the game. He'd ruin the balance.
That's probably why they're not putting Yamcha in. He'd be too broken.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why.
That's exactly why.
That's why.
Sure.
Can we get?
I don't know. I can't think of too many other. I mean, Mr. Satan, obviously.
Yeah, Mr. Satan would be great. Outfits. Can we get like Vegeta in the pink shirt?
Right. Well, that should definitely be one of their alternate costumes.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though, Chris. Here's the thing. Like, I think that they should have assists, like in Marvel vs. Capcom games. They had the assist characters that aren't playable. Yeah. They just pop out like like Mr. Satan, Yajirobe, and Chaozu could be, or Bulma in a machine could be.
You know what I want? I want you to have combo characters, like when they combine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fusions. Yeah.
Are we gonna get like Kid Gohan?
We know
I wish
Gohan's already in it, but Adult Gohan will probably end up being in it too. I don't know about Kid.
They should put Kid Gohan.
Well,
yeah.
So you could be a little.
I would say Gotenks. Gotenks has got.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely get Gotenks. You'll probably get Majin Vegeta as its own version.
Yes, please. Kogasu says push Chaozu, and that's just never happening.
Chaozu
push Chaozu off a cliff.
Yamcha.
Push Chaozu off a cliff or into an early grave.
Oh, that would be rad.
Pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Chaozu, who every character in Super is now strong enough to hang, except for Chaozu, who has to be sent away.
Yeah, at least Yamcha's in the story.
Wow.
I mean, kind of.
Shut up. He's in the story.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
The way you came across the country?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way you were in
Chris, did you see
buddy.
the video from the tournament? Because they held a tournament at EVO, like a side tournament at their booth.
No, I did not.
Oh, bro. I'm going to send it to you guys. I want you to watch it. I'm going to put it in chat, too.
All right, let me see it.
It's real good.
Oh, no, I think it's just the Surface camera.
Let's see. Hold on.
All right, so what else do we have on? Yeah, no, it's
the other thing is just like small stuff. Crash, the Crash Bandicoot HD remakes.
Yeah.
How did you think they would be received?
I think positively.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd say mostly positive.
Yeah.
You should be, because you were right.
You're so
all right.
Crash came out with only 2 days left in June. Came out in the last 2 days of June. And in those 2 days, became the top-selling game of the month.
nice.
Well,
That sounds about right.
Well, it's great because the advertisement was really good because it's like the old school Crash Bandicoot commercials from the 90s. And,
right.
You know, I dig it. I think this is a good move. I think Sony should look way back in their catalog.
Yeah.
And find
it's the equivalent of being backwards compatible when it can't be.
Just saying, Legend of Dragoon remake? Maybe? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't swing a dead cat without seeing someone either playing it or talking about it online.
Yeah, so...
Also, you shouldn't be swinging dead cats.
All right.
I learned it from watching Roy Harper.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
No, I love
I'm
him.
posting the link
My
to
role
you guys
model.
now.
Yeah, can we get a Final Fantasy VIII remake? Hashtag need a Final Fantasy VIII remake.
Actually, what I'm waiting for is for the Final Fantasy VII remake to change so much that it crashes and fucking burns, so that we can maybe like somebody will
Oh
go,
my God,
"Okay,
that's
let's make a
pretty.
perfectly exactly the same,
Yeah.
only good graphics.
There, I'll send you guys
Oh
the
my
link.
God, that's so goddamn pretty.
The fight was amazing.
Oh, the fight. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't even like fighting games.
But the Dragon Ball Z game looks good, right?
Yes.
There's a fighting game. It's like wish fulfillment.
So Crash was the #1 seller with only 2 days. Telltale came out and announced 3 feature games. They're all sequels to games they already have. We're getting a 4th season of Walking Dead. We're getting a sequel to Batman. But most importantly, we're getting a Fables Wolf Among Us Part 2.
Yes.
Disney Wolf will return.
I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
That was a really
Yes.
good. That game.
Yes, it was.
I like it better than the book.
Yeah, it was better than the book.
Ooh, I'm gonna fight you on that, but
It's better than the book.
You know why it's better than the book, Matt? Because it isn't made by Bill Willingham, who's a cunt.
Hashtag Bill Willingham is a cunt.
Fair enough. All right, so finally, the D23 was this week, and they announced a brand new Kingdom Hearts trailer. Gave a release date of 2018. They finally confirmed it down to a year. And unveiled the very first Pixar world.
Ooh.
Toy Story will now be an official world, and they even put it into canon. It takes place between Toy Story 2 and 3.
Oh, weird.
So there's that.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yay, Kingdom Hearts for people who like Kingdom Hearts.
Well, and because the more things Disney gobbles up, the better the Kingdom Hearts games get.
And it's true. One day we will get a Kingdom Hearts game where Sora goes and joins with Luke Skywalker and Iron Man to go fight in the Incredibles universe.
Yeah, with a Tron bike.
And then, riding a Tron bike while using an Indiana Jones whip keyblade.
It sounds like a mouse has taken over.
Or they use a Tron portal to leave the Kingdom Hearts game itself and go fight a real villain in real space.
Right.
Tron cycle in real life. It's coming to the Magic Kingdom.
Yes! I've
There
seen
you go.
the ones that guy made that were really, really well done. He pulled up to Dragon Con on one.
Disney.
Really cool.
Disney is going to just own everything soon.
Yeah, and then right after, at that point, it will have to, by natural decision, it will have to break up.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Either through legal means, or it will just crush under its own weight, and then just sprinkle IPs everywhere as it disintegrates.
Oh, jeez.
Like that.
That's my theory. I don't know if we'll live to see it.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
That's the peak.
No, I think that sums it up.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dragon Ball.
See you next week. We're going to talk about the remainder of the NPD numbers once we get the games and junk, and more comics and fun stuff.
see you next week, nerds.
Yeah.
Be awesome, guys. Not yet, 'cause he's got
All right, and